Well, this is it, guys. The last MCU movie review in this playlist before it's all new projects from here. Better yet, we're in the home stretch. Just too damn easy, y'all. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new movie review, and as always, I thank you all so much for stopping by. And as you may have guessed, this time around we're looking at Spider-Man Far From Home, the second installment in the acclaimed Spider-Man Home Saga, as they call it. And this one was directed by the very capable Jon Watts, and it once again stars Tom Holland as Peter Parker. And he's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place following the death of his mentor in Endgame. And his relaxing European vacation takes an unexpected turn when Nick Fury shows up in his hotel room to recruit him for a mission. The world is in danger as four massive elemental creatures, each representing earth, air, water, and fire, emerge from a hole torn in the universe. And Parker soon finds himself donning the Spider-Man suit to help Fury and fellow superhero Mysterio, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, to stop the evil entities from wreaking havoc across the planet. And in case you haven't already guessed, this review will contain some spoilers, absolutely. So just in case you've never seen Spider-Man Far From Home, I fairly warned you. So just to get this off my chest right off the bat, yes, I do prefer this movie over Homecoming. Why? Because even though Homecoming is fun, this movie feels like it ups the ante in every facet compared to its predecessor. Yeah, sure, there's gonna be those people who still feel like this version of Spider-Man is smaller scale compared to some of the other MCU projects, but give it time, my friends. Peter is still in high school at this point. And I think No Way Home is gonna be even bigger than this, because, I mean, they're teasing it in this movie. Mysterio is from another Earth, let's just see where this goes. But for what this movie is, I really love this one. I love how Jon Watts handled the direction of this movie once again, and I really dig the fact that Peter and his classmates go to Europe for this one. That's a really unique location for a Spider-Man film. We've never seen one there before. And the action scenes within said locations are pure spectacles with the elementals and the eventual climax. And speaking of that climax, guys, God, that was stuff that I wanted to see in a Spider-Man movie for a long time. You know what I'm talking about, that trippy illusionary bullshit. And man, was it wacky. This stuff feels like comic book movies went on acid suddenly. It brought me back, honestly, to when Sam Raimi was directing this kind of stuff. Which, by the way, could you imagine Sam Raimi helming a film with Mysterio in it? Oh boy! But for what we got, this version of Mysterio made me very happy, and I think Marvel was extremely lucky to get someone like Jake Gyllenhaal to play him. This guy proves in this movie once again that he is one of the greatest actors of our generation. This guy is just so convinced that what he's doing is the right thing to do. Not to go too deep into this, but they do go the villain reveal route where he's shown to be the antagonist in the middle of a film after befriending Peter. And like any true master of illusions, Gyllenhaal certainly had me fooled. Even though I certainly knew what this character was like in the comics, he had me hook, line, and sinker. But then once he puts Edith on with a clever anagram from Mr. Stark, Gyllenhaal does have that cocky expression that Tony Stark always gave. It looks a lot like him, and even though the dramatic irony is there, again, all the motivations are 100% crystal clear. We all understand why Peter wanted to hand over those gadgets. He just wants a normal life. We all understand why Gyllenhaal wants to take over the world at this stage, because Tony Stark fired him, which I will admit is a very clever origin story and a tie-in also. I mean, seriously, this is one of the most underrated antagonists in the entire MCU. Mysterio is awesome. Now, I mentioned Peter and that whole Mysterio mess. Might as well go into detail on him now while I'm at it. Tom Holland really is magnificent in this film. He still brings the naive charm we've all grown to love seeing from him, but he just wants a normal life. He wants to get together with MJ and all that. Which, another side note, amazing chemistry between him and Zendaya. That's just so freaking hilarious and adorable how that all plays out. But then once he gives the power away that Stark wanted him to have, he feels responsible for letting everybody down. In other words, yep, say it with me, with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, see fans of The Amazing Spider-Man? Marvel Studios didn't have to hammer in that this is the exact same message as the Raimi films. Here you can at least read between the lines without having your intelligence insulted. In a sense, I love how Holland is able to mature this character compared to Homecoming. We see him grow a ton. Spider-Boy truly becomes Spider-Man here. And that's something I think that Homecoming was lacking in some facets. Don't get me wrong, we get that, but not to this extreme. I mean, this is all written and handled extremely well, and it's surprisingly adult for a Spider-Man film. I mean, not really a whole lot to complain about with this one. The performances are all great. Jacob Batalon as Ned gets a lot of fun gimmicks thrown in there once again. Samuel L. Jackson once again slaying Nick Fury like nobody's business. The action, as I mentioned, is all directed extremely nicely, and they're all super fun to watch. It's super crisp, fluid choreography, and like I said, I love the fact that they went somewhere else other than New York for this Spider-Man film. It really makes this one stand out from the rest of the bunch. But is this the end-all be-all of Spider-Man films? No. I still prefer the first two Raimi films and Into the Spider-Verse both more than this. But for what we got, this is a damn good effort from Marvel Studios, as to be expected. I definitely think this film is an improvement over Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm gonna give Far From Home an A-. I would absolutely rewatch this over Homecoming every day of the week, because it retains all of the charm that the first one brought to this universe, while also getting an emotional step up in every way. And as per tradition, please, I beg you stay tuned for the after-credits stuff, especially those mid-credits, because yeah, you get it. You get the triumphant return of J.K. Simmons as one J. Jonah Jameson. In this version, the Daily Bugle is like this tabloid website on this Earth. And you get the surprise reveal that Mysterio outs Peter Parker as Spider-Man over video. And I, for one, lost my in the theaters. And that's not simply because I was so happy to see J.K. Simmons again. Okay, maybe that was the big one for me. But it also made me want to start No Way Home right then and there. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait anymore, guys. Is it December yet? These are all, of course, just my opinion about Far From Home. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you not? Do you prefer this one over Homecoming? Let's discuss all of these thoughts further down in the comments, guys. As you know, I really do love making these videos for you guys and starting all this discussion with you. If topics in cinema and all things entertainment sound appealing to you, definitely consider hitting that big subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. It's free. It would really help out the channel if you did so. And I'll tell you what, if you also hit that notification bell, you guys will be the first ones to know anytime a new video is uploaded. And just one last reminder, feel free to hit that thumbs up on your way out if you enjoyed the video. That would be even more awesome. Whew! We did it, guys. All 23 of the previous MCU films now have a formal review right here on my channel, and I have a feeling this ride is just getting started. I want to thank you all for taking this ride along with me. Your support really does mean the world, guys. And of course, please stay tuned for any future projects I have coming up. You guys are seriously the best. And with all that being said, back talk, commence!